Good to the tribe. Coming back to you today. Shout out to all my Carolina Panther fans. I was getting a little slack in the comments last time about the Tampa Bay, but you know what time it is. But let's get back to it. How many of us can go out in the woods and survive? How many? How many of us can make our own fires from scratch and hunt and fish and kill our food and clean it and prepare it and survive? Like we say, do you even know what to wipe your butt with in the woods? Or are you just going to use poison ivy? But let's get to it. Today we're going to get into a little bit of it. And we'll have a little bit more videos on it. Let's get it. How to make fire without matches or a lighter. Be able to start a fire is an essential tool for surviving in the wilderness. So we're going to go over a couple of examples. Let's get it. Getting started. Learn how to make a timber for your fire and have your tinder nest ready. Gather dry wood. Using batteries and steel wool. Make a tinder nest out of any dry plant material that easily catches fire. Find a battery and locate the battery terminals. Take your steel wool and rub it on the battery terminals. Continue to create friction by rubbing the steel wool on the batteries. Blow gently on the steel wool as it starts to glow. Transfer the steel wool to your tinder nest quickly. Once the steel wool is glowing brightly, continue to blow lightly on the nest until the tinder ignites, creating a flame. Add increasingly larger pieces of dry wood to build your fire once the tinder nest has ignited and the flame to your size, using flint and steel. Again, build a tinder nest using dry plant material. Take your tinder rock, a rock that emits spark, and hold it between your thumb and forefinger. Grab a piece of char close between your thumb and the flint. Take the back of a steel striker or the back of the knife blade, depending on which you have handy, and quickly scrape the steel against the flint. Catch the sparks with the char cloth and continue the process until the cloth glows like an ember. Transfer the glowing char cloth to your tinder nest and gently blow on it to induce a flame. Begin adding increasingly larger pieces of wood to grow the fire, using a magnifying glass. Notice whether or not there's enough sunlight to create this fire using this method. Build a tinder nest out of dry plant and set. Tilt the lens towards the sun until the lens creates a small circle or focused light on the tinder nest. Hold the lens in place until the tinder begins to smoke and flame. Begin to add increasingly larger pieces of dry wood to your tinder nest to create the fire size you desire. Fashioning a hand drill. Build a tinder nest out of any dry plant material. Find a piece of wood to use as the base of the hand drill, otherwise known as a fire board. Use a knife or any sharp object to cut a small V-shaped notch in the center of your fire board. Place small pieces of bark underneath the notch.
But these are just some methods that you can use in case you're ever in some woods or the wilderness or just want to go camping or something like that with your family, which we should do more of. We should get back out here and we should get back to nature and actually learning how to do these things. Because remember, you used to be the farmer. You used to go out in the woods and run around and fish in boats and hunt and gather. But we forgot these things. We forgot how to do these things. So now it's time to get back to the basics and get back to it. Like we say, can we cook our own food? Can you even stay warm? You say you want to go back to nature, but can you really make a fire? Can you? Have you ever tried to make a fire on your own without a lighter? So let's get back to it. Indian ways. And then we'll go back on the next ones and talk about it again and get deeper into these things we need to know.
So that was just a little bit. So now we gotta go out there and put it forth and try to make it a little bit of us. So we'll know how to do it and how to actually keep warm and be able to survive out here in nature, which we forgot about nature. So let's get back to it. I love you guys. Feathers up, tribe up, wise up, rise up.